Hello, welcome to Setting Up a Farm Account 101. What's the idea behind a farm account? Production. Production. Building up the resources for your main account. We're not going to concern ourselves with battle. We're not going to concern ourselves with building power. Our only goal should be building resources. Okay? The only other reason a farm is used is if you want to kill off troops for kill event. Okay? But let's focus on resource production right now. There are four resources that you can use, that you will use to build your base: grain, lumber, iron, and silver. Right now, this farm is only a level 5, just got it started. So we can only do up to, I think, we can't do iron or silver. But how many plots do we have available? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 right now. So for the time being, we're going to go ahead and fill these up. You got your one hospital. You don't need a bunch of hospitals. You're not going to have a whole load of troops. One war tank. You don't need to concentrate on the speed or the amount of training you do. You don't need troops. So let's concentrate on the resource plots. We're going to build a farm. We can have up to 10 maximum farm plots. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and fill up these 5. Farms for our grain. Okay? We'll go ahead and come down here and build some more farms. Now later on, you're going to change this up a bit. Normally, I wouldn't even put this many farms on my farm because grain and lumber are the absolute easiest resources to get in the game. They really are the easiest to get. So we'll save these 5 up here for our iron, and then those will be for our iron. But for now, we'll go ahead and put lumber mills in these ones down here. And remember, we don't need all the war tank. We don't need the hospitals. As far as the hospitals go, in your main account, you want as many as possible, as many hospital beds as possible. In your farm account, you want as few as you can possibly get away with. Okay, so now we got production. It's still nowhere near enough to really be of any use. It won't be of any use until you get it above level 15. But we're going to go through and just level everything up as high as we can for the moment. Just the free upgrades. Because we've only got one worker, so we're not going to set anything going. Okay? Like I said, the entire goal of a farm is resource production. We're not worrying about power. We're not worrying about troop count. And in a farm, well, any base, I don't use the speed ups to speed anything up until I start getting up there. Because the time limits, the time frames needed to do these buildings and research and stuff is so limited. And we'll save our gems a little bit too. Okay? But now you've got the idea of the resource plots. That's all you need of those two right there. The war tent and the hospital. Then we'll save those until we get to level 10 where we can put iron. And we'll put iron in all of those. And then when we get to 15, we'll have 5 more plots. And what I will do, is I will remove these 5 farms. So I'm not going to concern with building them up too much because it's just going to be a waste of time. Grain and cargo are the easiest to get. You killing monsters, you're getting grain and cargo. You can gather grain and cargo. You can hit any base out there, and they're going to have a minimum of grain and cargo. Whereas iron and silver can only be gotten by gathering or buying, or hitting bigger bases, bigger castles above those levels needed. Above level 10, you'll get iron. Above level 15, you'll get silver. But those ones normally have a lot of troops. Later on in the game, as the kingdom gets older, you'll find a lot more dead bases with those stuff in them. But for now, iron and silver are what we're going to use the most. So we're going to make sure that we have room. We can put as many of those as possible in here. Grain and cargo are the easiest, so we're not going to worry too much about them. Okay, as far as troops go, what I do for gathering, T2s. That's all I build. T2 catapults. That's all I build. And why T2s? Because they're cheap and quick to heal. They're cheap and quick to build, to train. And this number right there, load. That number right there. We look at T1s, 16. T3s, 17. Now T4s are a little bit higher. T5s are low. T6s, they're even higher. But now you're starting to get into the cost and time to train these. And it's not beneficial. So I would not go any higher than T4s. I personally will not go any higher than T2s when it comes to gathering. Even in my main. I have a lot of T2 machines for gathering and gathering only. I don't want to use all my good troops for gathering if I don't have to. So, domestic affairs, assign all. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Now research. Research stumps people sometimes because they think they need to do it the same way. We're not going to worry too much about defense. We don't need defense. We don't want... The only thing in defense that we would want is... We don't want our castle to be automatically ported all the time when we go to clean it out. So, you can build up the defense, the walls. That's the durability. That's how long it can burn before it automatically is randomly ported somewhere else on the map. Resources is where we want to concentrate. Remember, we're building for production. That's all we're concerned with. Military. Is there really anything in here we need? Yes, there is. We need our Legion for a number of dispatches. Okay? But we don't need all this stuff on the side. So we're going to only do what is absolutely necessary to go down to get the dispatches. We're not going to do those. Okay? You look at the lines, you get that one done. Required tech, training level 1. Level 1 is all you need. Level 1 is all you need to do. Level 1 of training is all you need to do that one. Okay? And Legion, what do we need? Institute level 6, required tech guidance level 1. All we need is that to level 1, and we can open up another dispatch. Okay? See what I'm getting at here? Required leadership level 1. Leadership. Okay? Do the minimum you can to get what you need to get to the extra dispatches. Development. You want overload. Obviously, you want overload because that's your troops load. That's going to increase how much your troops can bring back from the resource tiles. Obviously, you want that one. But you're not going to concern with how fast you can recover your stamina or how fast you can march to the monsters, because monsters, yeah, you might spend some time hitting the monsters, but that's not going to be your main concern. So we're not going to spend the resources it takes to do that, because it's not going to do us any good. Extra beds, we're not going to worry about the hospital. The building speed, it could be handy. Rations, that could be handy if you have an obscene amount of troops, but we don't want that many troops, so it's not important. So in development, overload, that's our concern. Resources, that's our concern. Everything. Military training, legions are our goal. Those are the ones we want. We don't want none of these other ones down the side. Okay? Now, me personally, I don't spend any money on my farms. I don't. I just don't. There's nothing I need. VIPs, yeah, they give you more resource yield, but is it really enough to warrant spending the money on VIP points? Not for me. Now, skill points. Battle has this one right here. What's that? Load. Increased troop load. That's a good one. That's obviously something we want. But we don't need any of this other stuff. We're not going to worry about it. Assist. We're not worried about training. We're not worried about hospitals. We're not worried about monsters. We don't need it. It's a farm. We want development. This is where we go. That's where you put all your skills for your farm. It doesn't matter how you do it. You can do it evenly all the way down, or you can speed past this grain and this cargo, get down here to the silver and the iron, and then work your way back. Just so long as you're following your goal, which is production, that's what you want. When you go to do your equipment, see, I'm not sure if we can even do equipment yet. Oh yeah, we don't have a blacksmith up. So let's see here. Castle level 8. Okay. Okay. Now let's go on to heroes. Heroes. We want, we've talked about these little icons up here. The battle ones, we don't care. We don't care about them. These are the ones we want. Okay? Let's upgrade. Let's get them up here a little bit. Skills. Learn skills. Okay, we don't have any development skills yet. Nothing, no skills that are going to help us. And that's okay. We'll get them. But we're not going to concern with battle skills. We don't care. We're not battling. We're production. Okay? And now we were talking about the skills and following their handbook guides. This is a perfect scenario where you don't have to, where you don't really want to. You go in here to his skills, and when you get him leveled up, you want to put development skills on him. He'll still get the skills for it. It'll help you out. Because we're not worried about battle. So we can put on our big badass muscle bound infantry guy, we can turn him into Mr. Grain Farmer. You know what I mean? We're building for production. We're not worried about battle. Okay? Everything you do needs to be concerned with production. Okay. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I will do my best to help you out. Any of us can help you out. Just ask. Just remember, the number one priority with a farm is production. It is there to produce the resources for your main base. When your main base starts getting up in the levels, up into the 20s, 22, 26, it's going to cost you so much resources to get to those builds. You're not going to be able to do it very fast. You're going to be very slow if you're not spending a lot of money, if you're not out attacking and going through troops attacking to gain all these resources by stealing them. And you don't want to go attacking all the bases all the time just to get resources, because then you become a target. You won't be able to use those resources fast enough before people come and take them. So a farm is necessary. Unless you're going to spend money, and lots of it, a farm is absolutely necessary. You need to set it up for production. I can't say that enough. I know I've probably been repeating myself and you're tired of hearing it, but that's what a farm is for. I get a lot of questions. Well, how do you set up a farm? What's the best way to set up a farm? Production. Don't concern yourself with anything else other than production. And don't think, okay, I've got 657,000 resources there because I attack it. There ain't nothing going to happen. I'm not going to get nothing. Protected resources on a farm are for the farm and to be used after you have cleaned it out. All builds will go after you clean it out. You clean it out, then you start your build with your protected resources. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Anybody can help you out. Any of the other leaders will be more than glad to help you out.